Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Broadway Jets YouTube channel. You'll know me from Twitter as NYJ Mike. I'm joined as always by the master of receipts, NYJ Matt. And Matt, training camp is over. The preseason is over. The regular season is just about to be upon us. The Jets play the Bills in just a few days. On Monday Night Football, we got to see Aaron Rodgers throwing touchdowns to Garrett Wilson in real life on the television. Really excited about it. Things couldn't be better. Come on.
It may be the best time of the year for guys like us. Anyone who's not a teacher right now should be so excited that football's back.
Or a child.
Or you have to go to school. But no, this is the best time of the year. And the Jets had a good, end to the preseason with the win over the Giants. We'll go into a lot of what the starters did. And hey, if you are here, don't forget to hit subscribe. We are closing in on 1,000, but the Jets beat the Giants. The biggest takeaway for me is the overreaction to Jalen Hyatt having an incomplete target towards him being covered by Sauce Gardner. Mike, the guy didn't have a single catch on the game, and he's the most talked about player in the NFL.
Right. Look, we had the same stat line as Jalen Hyatt. In fact, in 2 of the 3 games that Jalen Hyatt played, you and I had the same or better stat lines because his first game he had 1 catch for -4 yards. So we had 4 more yards each than him. Look, the level of scrutiny for Sauce, letting up a guy go 1 yard behind him with some safety help. I don't know. Crazy.
And the automatic scenario where if Daniel Jones is in the game, that is an automatic completed pass. I said, how many 45-yard air passes does Daniel Jones have in his career? It could literally be 0. How many times
noted deep ball passer Daniel Jones? No, he does things well.
And we're not anti-Daniel Jones guys, but the overreaction was a bit much. Even the aggregator accounts like JPA Footballs, you can see the promise in Jalen Hyatt. The audacity to tweet that.
Dude, and then that's the thing too. It's nerve-wracking because, and not really for the Jets, but just for Sauce. What happens when if Sauce ever lets up a touchdown? What's going to happen? You know what I mean? We said it all year last year. We're like, maybe, Sauce and DJ Reed have been great. They've been great. Hopefully it keeps up. Did not keep up. They were always great last year. What if one of them slips up a little bit?
Do you think Jets fans created the hype so much for Sauce, whether it's the Rookie of the Week voting, talking about him every day of how insane he is on Twitter, and people just got so sick of us that they're going to openly hate him? Or is it just the NFL media really overhyped Sauce in terms of talks about him a lot, and then the other 31 fan bases get pissed about it?
I think it's a combination of the two, but it's not overrated, right? It's just over talking maybe, because the Jet fans are powerful. We've proven that. Rookie of the Weeks, bothering other fan bases, getting banned from things all over the place. The Jet fan base is powerful and has a voice, but it's not powerful enough to create national waves for a player. Right. So that has to be the national media talking about Sauce.
Again, he played fine. He had a pass defended. He's an elite corner, an all-pro first team. He'll be fine. It's weird, the overreaction. And then the Jets' first-team defense, outside of a fluky Jermaine Johnson out-of-bounds late hit, playing backups but completely locked down. Everyone got after the quarterback. Exactly what you want to see from 7 snaps of your first-team defense.
Well, it was always the Jets were going to try to build the 2019 49ers team.
Mm-hmm.
And then, this defensive line is just vicious. It's all over the place. Guys getting off the ball like Bryce Huff and Jermaine McDonald. We haven't seen Lawson yet. Who knows if he'll play week 1? Not the end of the world if he doesn't. Meanwhile, last year, we're listing our top 8 guys we don't want to get injured. Lawson's on there, So this year there's so much depth. And then the other difference is, the Jets don't have Nick Bosa, which the 49ers did in 2019. They didn't have Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know. This is a better version of that team. We'll see. There's a lot of things that need to happen with the offensive line, et cetera, et cetera. But good Lord. And that Rodgers to Wilson, man, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was It was obviously the throw everyone will tweet about, talk about, it was sick, but just even seeing him on the field and like watching Becton at right tackle, who I think he was attributed to pressure, but if you rewatch it, like it might have been Conklin's guy, like I don't know, but the whole offense moved well. Outside of Randall Cobb murdering a dude,
for no reason.
it was
After his
so
nice
fun.
sequence on Hard Knocks, I was just rewatching the episode too. It's like Randall Cobb with his kids. They're so nice, whatever. He just blows up that dude.
It's so funny if like Sterling Shepard did that to like a Jets backup linebacker. I'd
Freak
be like,
out.
it's a preseason game. Like, why are you? And if Randall Cobb does it, I'm like,
It's fine. He's
old
got
guy.
nice eyes. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
and
a
I love too.
handsome
He
guy.
like went like this after the play. I think he went like this as if he was like blocked in to hitting someone, which is just not the case at all. So backups play well. Jets, run away with a win, and then now we're on to cut day. And cut day is going to happen tonight. It's going to happen tomorrow. At the time of recording, nothing too notable outside of Trey Dean getting cut, who a lot of people liked as a potential fifth safety, and then Jason Brownlee posted on his Instagram that he's hinting that he made the 53, which with the injury or with the retirement of Corey Davis, I think we all assumed Brownlee was probably going to take that spot. Mike, any interesting notes yet on cut day or any predictions coming forward?
I mean, if Brownlee didn't make the team, his post is insane because he's like, "Thank God, we did it." I don't know what else. Maybe he's talking about something else, but probably that he made the roster. One of the other guys like Alex Erickson got cut.
Yep.
I'm focusing around the league. You want to see if some other guys get loose in other places that the Jets could take a flyer on. The interesting thing is, like last year, this year the Jets seem to be in a spot where they're going to cut some dudes who are going to get picked up by some other teams. So if the Jets do sign a guy that gets cut by another team, you're going to have another dude that the Jets would have kept get cut. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously depends on position, but as of right now, the only two positions really that the Jets would probably be looking for are middle linebacker ish, like one of the stand up linebackers, and maybe a safety. Of course, offensive line, but what starting type offensive line dude is going to get cut now? Probably nobody. So we'll see. I mean, the only thing that you could really ask for from this team also is another receiver. Not that a starting guy is going to get cut either, but that's the position that I'm really focused on throughout the season. Will the Jets add at receiver? I think you kind of have to with Corey Davis retiring, but
yeah, maybe they keep Xavier Gibson. Given
it could be
Gibson
great.
had
Who knows?
a decent camp. He dropped 2 catchable balls, which again, we always argue with a young quarterback when it was Sam, when it was Zach. Can a receiver make a 50-50 play? Like drops happen, they don't happen often. Like every
Right.
team has a drop rate of like whatever percent. It's not like crazy different, but like Corey Davis didn't win a lot of 50-50 balls that you want your receiver to go get. I want guys for Aaron Rodgers to make a play on the ball. And if Gibson's not going to do that, then obviously as a fifth, sixth receiver, whatever. But we are one injury away from having Randall Cobb play 75-80% of snaps.
If Garrett Wilson gets hurt, it's a disaster. So that right to exactly your point. So it's like, what do we do? Yeah, and obviously the Jets had Corey Davis. Obviously they were involved with Odell Beckham. So the fact of the timing of the Corey Davis stuff is a little bit frustrating for both parties.
Yeah.
It just is, you'd assume they're going to make some kind of move there.
And two things can be true at once, right? We can say, hey, Corey Davis retiring doesn't put a dagger into the Jets offense.
No.
But you could say, yeah, we lost our second wide receiver. It's kind of a big deal. Like you can say those two things together. And again,
it's a bigger deal than people are making out. Meanwhile, people are freaking out that Jalen Hyatt had 0 catches, but they don't care that the number 2 receiver on the team retired like a week before the season.
It's a bigger deal. I think if you're looking at the spectrum, it leans to more of a bigger deal because we were already not thin, but we were understanding that, hey, if we lost the wide receiver, we're at an average group versus an above average group, and you lose your wide receiver too, it matters, right? And it reminds me of like the 2020 team having an injury or two, having Josh Malone and Jehu Chesson out there. Like you don't want that to happen. And
34.
That is like a Brownlee Gibson scenario, which we don't expect to happen. All in all, week 1, we're getting closer again, knock on wood, but overall, outside of a loss and injury, relatively healthy camp. Let's get everyone there.
Wrap
Let's get
everybody in a bubble. Oh, we also lost. People forget the Chuck Clark ACL.
Chuck Clark.
It's not a good one.
But Bam Knight released as well. So my thoughts and prayers are with his family and Michael Nania through this very challenging time of Bam Knight being cut. We knew it was going to happen, but they tried.
It is
Probably
a shame because if the Jets didn't, if the Jets didn't have 4 running backs, he's on the team. Like he is a rosterable player. But they should teach him how to play fullback. Just teach him how to run into guys. Don't run away from them. Run, smash them with your shoulder.
Yeah, I don't. It's a weird year though. I'm like, there's not like a lot of like no cuts would really surprise me outside of like we kind of know 51 of the 53 guys. It's like, do you want that extra linebacker? Do you want the extra like D lineman? Like, there's nothing.
Right. At the end of the day, are those guys even going to stick? You figure again, the Jets should probably make a couple of outside moves. I would be a little disappointed, which we've been talking about all offseason, if the Jets go into the season with their middle linebacker position being Mosley is the one, which is terrific, and then what the fuck else? Like you have Sherwood and you have Zaire Barnes. Like that's really the plan, especially because the Jets have $18 million in cap. I think the number is $17.9 million right now. So.
Yeah, you don't want to sleep on it. You don't want to roll it over if you don't have to. But there is a scenario where I think the Jets look at their roster now and say, we are definitely a playoff team, if not a championship contender team. Whereas if you take that 18 million, roll it over, extend a guy or two, you're going to have to figure out tackle again next year if you're going to re-sign Becton or not, if he could play a full year. But maybe their sights are, hey, we're going to be really damn good this year and compete for not only a playoff spot, that should be a given with this roster, but we're going to compete to make the AFC Championship game. And maybe it's in 2024, we'll have everyone under the same roof together, 1 year further developed with our rookies. And then we also have potentially like 30 million to go out and just build the sickest team ever. Like that could be part of their 2-year plan.
I don't hate it. But, time is of the essence. Aaron Rodgers is not getting younger. Dwayne Brown, who knows, like you said, CJ Mosley, another year older. There's not too many veteran guys, but the guys who are veteran, and the most important guy is one of them. Mm-hmm. Dalvin Cook might not be here. Take advantage. Strike while the iron's hot.
And Ashton Davis lives on another year, likely.
4th year, Ashton Davis?
When he got drafted, I tweeted out, even if he becomes a backup safety, just be a special team gunner. You run like a 4.29. Like just do be opposite Hardy and just learn how to do it. And he is a special teams guy, but doesn't necessarily have that ability. I don't know why the Jets don't make him do it.
I can't stop doing this in my teeth. Dude, the other I was thinking today, Justin Hardy is one of the best special teams player in Jets history? I was thinking I don't know the answer. Because the Jets have a lot of good returners.
Yeah.
They had some good kickers. Not notably great punters. Except for Tom Tupa.
The other guy who you could argue in non-returner or kicker punter is a captain named Montez Miles.
Oh, forgot about eyebrowless Montez.
My guy.
He looks like Charlie Villanueva.
I'm trying to see what else. I'm looking back on Twitter through the past week of crazy things that happen. Dolphins Twitter on the loose.
What's up with these people?
I know
they're way more unserious than the Jets Twitter for sure. It's ridiculous. They don't make actually good points. I feel like the whole Dolphins Twitter is just trolling bullshit. But maybe that's just what we see.
If I go into it knowing it's kind of a bit and they're over the top and the tweet that talked about the Jets are missing a CB2. It was so funny. They listed wide receiver,
the 6th guy in the league,
but they were doing that.
Yeah.
And then they didn't do they were missing a linebacker or two, or they literally didn't do the Jets actually needed. So I take those as more of a joke.
I mean, it's funny, but it's I feel like I follow a couple of Patriots and Bills accounts that are good accounts that care about the Patriots and the Bills and tweet out normal things. Every once in a while they make a joke. I haven't seen any serious things on Dolphins Twitter ever. Not one. Even the Dalvin Cook stuff, they were pro Dalvin Cook, posting highlights, and then Dalvin Cook signs elsewhere. They're We don't need him anyway.
I feel like I've done that before, though.
I've definitely done that, but we post some serious things. Like I don't know.
Yeah. There's also a weird thought to it where I don't look at the Dolphins team and I'm like, Tyreek Hill sucks. Jalen Wild's like a wide receiver 5. Like, fuck Tua. I actually like don't hate Tua, and I don't go line by line and like hate on every player. Like, I think Jalen Ramsey I have, but again, he's not playing the first half of the year, so fuck him. Every player on the Jets team is like targeted by Dolphins Twitter. Like
Everyone.
it is very bizarre.
I guess
Whatever.
Hard Knock play doesn't help either. You got these guys in the spotlight. But
I think as fans narrow in, right? I will keep dunking on like the Jason Luck and Foras of the world and ML football and these aggregating accounts.
you crushed him today, yeah.
He unblocked me, which is shocking.
He unblocked you, then he said he was shadow banned and asked for help to get unshadow banned. And what'd you say? Don't maybe make like a
I said your entire account. And the problem with aggregating accounts, right? NFL update or My Sports update, Dove Kleiman, ML football, JPA football, all of them, I get the idea. We are going to have everyone's notifications on. And when news breaks, if you want one central spot, we're going to do that for you. Okay. I don't love it. It's lazy, but if you want to do that, that's fine. There's 9 of these accounts out there. They all have 250,000 followers, which whatever, but they don't have an original thought. They don't bring anything new.
Right.
Like you will do old highlights of Jet games and make funny memes tied to Family Guy. I will do like a coming home video or do something different. Like we do unique things and we try to grow. If your whole thing is I'm going to take other people's work and just instead of hitting retweet or repost, you just copy it, paste it.
It's frustrating.
I hate those accounts. I can't look the other way. And that's why every one of them has me blocked.
You can't look the other way. You have a responsibility.
I could, in theory.
Yeah.
Mike, anything before we wrap up? We're gonna try to get better. We say it every time. We do like a video a week. Probably could do a lot more. Anything before we wrap up?
Dude, Jets Bills are gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane. It's coming soon. It really is. It's gonna be the loudest the building's been since at least week 2, 2009. Is that even MetLife? When was MetLife built?
2009 was the first. No, 2010 was the first season in MetLife.
Yeah, so not even that stadium. That was Giant Stadium. That fucking sucks that it was called Giant Stadium. Bullshit.
In my mind, it never happened. Past my memory.
How does that happen? How do they let that happen? You can't do that. Change the name.
I don't think there's a world, and this is knock on wood, don't pull us back up 15 days from now. I just don't see the Jets defense like giving up 35 points. And if they were to give up 28 plus, I would assume the offense would turn the ball over. Oh, and we have a quarterback who doesn't turn the like if the Jets lose a game this year, it can't be by more than double. Like that's why I'm going into this game. There's been every Buffalo game in the past 3 years, there is a potential that we lose by 30. Every one of them. And I don't think that could even be a remote possibility.
And the real weakness of our defense last year was the run defense. The Bills don't do that particularly well. So good luck. They match up like shit against the Jets. It's a great matchup for the Jets. It really is. Especially the Bills' offensive line is weaker. The only thing that now Von Miller's back is going to be a little nerve-wracking, but, fuck them. You're right. Yeah. The Jets will be in every single game. The defense, vicious pass rush, great corners, Hall of Fame quarterback.
What should I title the video?
Michael.
Should we do like we didn't have to go there, ... Or like something so
wow.
ridiculous.
Just wow with an exclamation point. Wow. Holy shit.
Connor Hughes did what in 2009?
Aaron Rodgers tries to. There was I was rewatching the Hard Knocks, and Rodgers asked Dalvin Cook about his wife because she's pregnant. But if just out of context, it's like, how's the lady? Like, dude, what if Aaron Rodgers asked about your woman? It's fucking scary. Aaron Rodgers tries to fuck Dalvin Cook's wife.
What about? We'll think of a good one. I need to make a graphic.
No,
so stressful to make a 10-minute YouTube video.
So stressful. No one knows what we have to deal with.
I think we're getting
Sick,
close to
man.
1,000. We're getting
We're get-
close.
We're getting Garrett Wilson number of yards.
We
That's
need
as many
to
followers as we need.
take Connor's clout and steal it and apply it to when we had him on one video. We gained like 150 subscribers that night.
We can get our boy Matt Schneidman back on. He's just announced a podcast with John Kuhn.
Matt's a good guy. I like Matt.
And
Friend of the
DJ
program.
me. We'll talk Texans, Jets.
Dude, DJ DMs me. It DMs our like group chat we have once every other day with like a post I have. He's like, "Dumb fucking take, Matt." I'm like, all right, let's debate it.
I love DJ.
All right.
He's great.
I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right, homie. Shut up.
Bye.